Mm-mm. How about a nice, cold, refreshing glass of what? Breast milk? Um, no, just kidding. It's water. But you wouldn't believe what's going to be on your grocery shelves within the next couple of years if China has their way. Um, saw this headline today, although it's been going on for quite some time here. Chinese GM, genetically modified, that is, cows, make human breast milk. Take a look at this. It's going to be amazing.
Wholesome, healthy, full cream milk. But this dairy in Beijing isn't quite what it seems. These cows have all been genetically modified, and this is human breast milk.
Human.
The Chinese scientists responsible successfully inserted the human breast milk gene into a cow embryo and then implanted it into a surrogate. The result is a transgenic herd of 300. Milk the scientists claim is healthier than the bovine variety. The human breast milk produced by the cows is antibacterial and helps boost the immune system. With government approval, it could be on supermarket shelves within 3 years. You may find the idea hard to swallow, but these dairy workers disagree. They say it's stronger and sweeter than cow's milk. It's a world first in a country that's leading the stampede to embrace genetically modified food. The scientists who created this herd have also produced animals that are resistant to mad cow disease,
So
as
they
well as
say.
beef cattle that are genetically modified for more nutritious meat. Critics say the risks of transgenic food aren't yet fully understood. But while the West worries about the dangers and morality of genetic modification, China says those scruples are misplaced.
There are 1.5 billion people in the world who don't have enough to eat. It's our duty to develop science and technology, not to hold it back. We need to feed people first, before we...
I'm sure all the breast milk coming from these new genetically modified cows is going to go straight to the hungry people in Africa and all of the other war-torn countries so that they can just be hungry no more. It's going to be free, and it's going to be exactly like mother's milk, only it started by introducing human genes into a cow. Now, I was pre-med at one time, and this looks an awful lot to me like the beginning of cloning. Not even just that bothers me, though. Genetically modified everything has risk factors. You've all seen crazy pictures of genetically modified fruits and vegetables and chickens that, when you have chicken these days, if you buy chicken breasts and you try and cook them up, they have that huge, strange layer of fat on the outside if you don't buy the organic variety. That never used to be there when I was a kid. Of course, I grew up on a farm, so I guess that would explain that part of it. Now, I take offense to this hugely. This is, to me, so stupid and ironic. First of all, this is ridiculous because they are making something that is already being made by every mother who delivers a child. And there are so many women across the planet who would love to sell their own breast milk, which comes from a human, by the way, before I would introduce human genes and create some kind of genetically modified cow monster to provide milk for the human race. So why not just buy milk from women who are still producing milk? As a matter of fact, they're saying it's about 80% as good as human milk. Now, the scientists take a look at this. Scientists insist genetically modified foods are unlikely to pose a threat to food safety in the United States. I mean, they never do, right? Consumers have been eating genetically modified foods for decades, of course, and I bet many people don't even know about it. However, during 2 experiments by Chinese researchers, which resulted in 42 transgenic calves being born, just 26 of the animals survived. After 10 died shortly after birth, most with gastrointestinal disease, and a further 6 died within 6 months of birth. So, researchers accept that the cloning technology used in GM can affect the development and survival of cloned animals, although the reason why is not well understood. Well, ever heard of like the Island of Dr. Moreau, or whatever that crazy book was? This is where we're going here. Offspring of cloned animals often suffer health and welfare problems, so this would be grave concern. Another thing that they're not even bothering to mention here is the fact that, this is completely unethical to the animals. We're just going to raise a bunch of animals so that they can be now used as milk producers. Love that. Let alone, this is not a real baby, by the way, but I did get a baby doll so that I could show you, like, when you breastfeed a baby, you hold that baby close to you. And you do that for 10 or 15 minutes. And sometimes on both sides of the brain even. Both sides of the brain are stimulated in different ways. The baby looks at the mother in the eyes, and just so much of a different connection is made. So many other benefits to breastfeeding. I mean, first of all, obviously it's free. Other benefits include, breast milk's a natural tranquilizer, and it has tryptophan, and other amino acids and immunoglobulins and all kinds of other nutrients and hormones that are responsible for love, for example, like prolactin, oxytocin, that cannot be reproduced. I mean, unless you want to put SSRIs in the breast milk next, which is probably where you're going. So, being that I have a lot of experience with this kind of thing, I say don't you dare try and put that into the breast milk and tell people that it's good for them. For years, researchers have debated whether breastfed children are really more intelligent than their formula-fed counterparts. Well, some studies are starting to show clear advantage for those who were breastfed. Some babies, it looks like, actually have a gene that allows them to gather a higher intelligence difference, a 7-point difference in IQ for some breastfed infants. Now, how about the incomparable nutrients? There's no way to replicate that with mothers with genetically modified cow's milk. As well as there's no way to say, okay, there is Martha in Georgia who has a cold. We need to make a special milk for her baby because Martha is probably going to spread that cold onto her child. So what breast milk does is actually such an amazing thing. It changes its makeup, its composure several times even throughout the day, from temperature to ingredients based on what the child's needs are. So there is no product that can ever be even similar to that. And the whole genetically modified thing, I mean, come on, this is going to be a nightmare. The La Leche League is saying, come on, why not just use other mother's milk instead of buying it on the shelf? Of course, it's all going to be by money. And I'd love to see how they're doing this. I mean, this is probably going to be the most unethical thing ever. So, I don't know. Just let me know what your thoughts are on this. I don't even know what to say. Like, on one hand, I wish it were going to poor people who needed breast milk to live or whatever. I guess they can't drink regular milk. But for some reason, I just know that that's not the reason why they're doing this. Cloning 101, people. Welcome to the New World Order.